If you're the daughter who suddenly finds herself managing doctor's appointments, paperwork, electronics, and realizing that your parents might not be able to manage their home forever, this conversation is extremely overwhelming. I know. One of the biggest mistakes families make is when talking about downsizing, they accidentally create conflict when they're just trying to help. Today I'm going to talk about a few simple things that can make these conversations much easier and more respectful for everyone involved. By the way, if you haven't already met me, I'm Allison Costelow with Legacy Lifestyle Homes. I am your seniors real estate specialist here in Solano County. I help families navigate downsizing and major life transitions. If you're in your late 40s, 50s, raising kids, managing careers, and also trying to support aging loved ones, please know you are not alone. I work with women in this exact season of life all the time. You're balancing a lot. You're raising children of your own and managing a household. You're probably working, building your career, and at the same time you're realizing your parents may need more help than they used to. Maybe the house feels like too much. Maybe the stairs are getting harder to navigate. Maybe the maintenance of the house is just getting overwhelming. They can't do it, they don't want to do it, they don't know how to do it. Or maybe you're just starting to think about the future, and you know it's coming. It's usually where these conversations begin. But, as I mentioned, one of the biggest mistakes I see families make is waiting too long to have them. Often, the conversation starts after something happens. A fall, a health scare, or a moment when someone suddenly realizes something needs to change. And then the family is trying to make big decisions under stress and chaos. When emotions are high, conversations become tense very quickly. But when your family starts thinking about these things early, something really important happens. It becomes planning instead of crisis management. And planning gives everyone more option, more time. One of the best things you can do is simply start the conversation earlier. Not because something is wrong, but because talking about the future allows your parents to share what is most important to them. What are their wishes? What are their hopes and desires? What kind of future have they envisioned for themselves? When parents feel included in those conversations, they feel respected, and that is a game changer. That helps prevent a lot of family conflict. Another tip that can make a big difference is being mindful about how you start the conversation. Try avoiding starting the sentence with words like, you should sell the house, you should move into something smaller, you should stop driving, you should do this, that, or the other. Even if those statements come from the heart, parents often just hear themselves losing their independence, and that doesn't feel good. Instead, try opening the conversation with curiosity. You might say something like, I've been thinking about the future. Have you ever thought about what you would want to do if the house ever became too much to handle? Or, what kind of living situation would feel comfortable to you later on? This turns the conversation into collaboration instead of instruction. Nobody wants to be bossed around, especially in their later years. And that shift alone can dramatically change how the conversation feels. I'm going to share one tool that can completely change these conversations for families. Because instead of the adult child asking all the hard questions, this tool guides the conversation naturally. One of my favorite ways to make this whole discussion easier is by using something called an end-of-life planner. An end-of-life planner can help organize important information and guide the conversations around things like important contacts, medical wishes, financial information, property decisions, and family details. When families sit down with a planner together, something really powerful happens. Instead of the child asking uncomfortable questions, both of you are simply working through the planner together as a team. It becomes you and the loved one looking at the questions and saying, okay, let's talk about this. Now it's you two working through the planner together instead of you questioning them and it feeling like an interview. It just makes it more natural and it feels better for both parties. That small shift in the conversation makes the biggest difference. Another benefit of doing this early is simply having important information organized before you actually need it. I have seen that far too often. When families don't know where documents are, who to call, and what their parents' wishes might be, oh my gosh, it creates a lot of stress during already emotional moments, and it's hard. It makes things so much harder. But when these conversations happen early and the information is written down and organized, the family already has a plan. When life throws something unexpected your way, you're not scrambling for answers. You're not adding extra stress. And having that plan in place makes difficult situations a little bit easier to manage. Because I see so many families struggle with these conversations, I've actually created an end-of-life planner to help guide families through the topics. You can also order these off Amazon. There's lots of different kinds. Just find something that you can sit down together and discuss. It's designed to help you organize important information and create a starting point for conversation that many families avoid simply because they don't even know where to begin. Having a structure like that can make decisions feel much less overwhelming. And once those conversations start happening, decisions about downsizing often become much easier. Instead of feeling forced, it becomes part of the plan. Maybe that means moving to a smaller home. Maybe it means relocating closer to family. Maybe it means exploring senior living communities in your area or close to other family. Or simply preparing for the future. When families plan these things together, the transition is usually much smoother. One thing I always remind families is this: these conversations are not really about houses. They are about care. They are about dignity. And they are about honoring the life your parents have built. Taking the time to plan ahead is one of the most loving things a family can do. Because being prepared doesn't make difficult moments disappear, but it does make them more manageable and less overwhelming when the time comes. If you're navigating these conversations with your parents right now, I want you to know again, you are not alone. Many families are going through this exact stage of life right now. And if downsizing or planning for the future becomes part of that journey, I'm always happy to be a resource for you. This is my passion. If you found this video helpful, I share new videos every week about downsizing, senior transitions, helping families navigate major life decisions with confidence. I am on a mission to empower you through these hard moments. So please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.